Okay. I'll wait till she comes in. I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. If everybody would stand for the opening prayer and pledge of allegiance.
Let us pray together. Almighty God, we ask your blessing to be with us on this beautiful day. We're so very grateful to live and work in Jeffersontown and be a part of this community. And we pray your blessing tonight to be with everyone here and all those that will be listening and viewing this meeting. We ask that you will be with our mayor and city council members, and that you will bless all those who participate in this meeting tonight. We pray for all who live and work here, that you will keep us safe and well, that we will feel your presence near, not only through this meeting, but in the days and weeks to come. Grant us your peace, for we truly pray this prayer in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Did everybody sign up who wants to speak tonight? Guess so. The first person I have is James Gay. Could you come forward, please? Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. I don't know.
Raise your microphone up a little bit, sir.
Okay, I'm not sure how.
You got a hard of hearing mayor.
I have a problem in my neighborhood. My neighbor has a crowing rooster, and this rooster crows every morning, 5 o'clock, all day long, all day long.
It crows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I live on Bayport, right, right, not too far from here. And I understand, I've read the ordinance, I've contacted animal control, contacted here, they told me that their hands are tied. I went to the police officers, they didn't have to send anybody out, but they did. And he said after about a half an hour, he said, you got a problem, but it's out of my jurisdiction. So I'm desperate, I'm desperate. I'm retired, I'm senior citizen, I don't need to get nothing 5 o'clock.
I hear you.
Every morning for a rooster. When the rooster crows, I got a dog. My dog barks. Neighbor's dog bark. It can be a big problem. So, I guess I'm coming to you guys. Is there anything that you can do, or you can adjust an ordinance, or make an amendment to an ordinance, or anything that can kind of control something so this situation don't come up again?
You know, I think for myself and for the rest of the city council, I would like for Ron to come forward if he would. If you would inform the city council what the rules and regulations are, Ron, for having chickens and roosters, because we all get questioned about that. And if you could just tell us what they are, then these people will know as well.
Okay, as far as the roosters, the hens, chickens, they are governed by Louisville Metro Animal Services. We do not have anything in our code, ordinance, property maintenance code, noise ordinance covering these animals. The way it reads for Animal Metro Control Ordinance under poultry is if they're on a half acre or larger, they're permitted. If it's smaller than a half acre, they are allowed 5 hens and 5 non-crowing and 1 crowing. But there are stipulations. They have to be within a pen, a fenced-in area, a coop, or something they have to be contained. From my understandings, this one is just tied up out in the yard.
Come back up. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. Go ahead.
They do have it. It was tied up on a crate with something tied around his foot. But animal control came out. They built some kind of little pen, not real sturdy or anything, but just a little pen, I guess, to cover themselves. But it crows every morning. It's just, I don't know. I'm desperate. I'm looking for everything right now.
Let me ask you this question, Ron. That is Louisville Metro's ordinance.
Louisville Metro Animal Services, yes.
Okay. Can we, as a sitting body, I don't know why we couldn't, Mr. Fisher, I mean, couldn't we look at this ordinance and couldn't we change it if we felt so needed? Or do, if because it's animals, we can't?
We can't enforce the Metro's ordinances. I think we went through this years ago in adopting an animal control ordinance. It's a wide variety of animal. We have to have effectively an official dog catcher, that sort of thing.
Oh,
And that's why it wasn't done. We could, this city does have the authority that it could adopt that. But it's a very arduous task to get to it.
to do it, right. Do we have a lot of complaints on this, Ron?
I have a few, and then I try to explain the code to them and tell them it's animal services. So they'll try to contact animal service and let them handle it. The other part of this, as far as the crowing, under animal control, that's considered a nuisance, allowing or permitting an animal to habitually bark, whine, howl, mew, crow, or cackle in excess. It's considered a nuisance. Again, it's their code, not ours.
And we've been through that also, because if you're going to have a nuisance control like that, you're going to have decimeters. You're going to have someone who's educated in using decibel meters, and they're going to have to be calibrated. It's a rather large undertaking, and animal control in Jefferson Town has always been handled through Jefferson County Animal Control.
Have you talked to these people and tell them, have you gone to your neighbor and just say, hey, it's waking me up every day?
I don't know. That conflict, so I don't.
Okay.
Other situations too that come out on other matters.
Anybody have any suggestions?
That's a tough one.
What was the reason? He said he didn't talk to his neighbors?
Uh-huh.
Why?
They've had a conflict, he said.
You've had a conflict with him?
We've had, yes, sir. We've had other issues on different things. Been out. Post some stuff from once before, but I don't know.
Ron, let me ask you, have you talked to the neighbor at all or no?
No, I spoke with the property management company and explained that to them. I have not talked to them about the rooster. All I could do is explain this to them. They can keep doing what we're doing. Like Mr. Gay said, I've had some issues with them as well, where we've had property management company down there. Got it resolved, but it keeps coming back about every 6 months.
Excuse me, that's not the property management company we had in here the other night for code.
No, different company.
Do they have any outstanding violations?
No, they do not.
Has Animal Services come out and spoken with them?
Yes, they came out. I filled out a form. They cited them, but they had the authority to appeal it, which they did. And it's a process now where I have to wait for somebody to set up a meeting and all and different things. I can't keep complaining because they said they reacted to my complaint already. So it has to be one of my neighbors or somebody else.
Other neighbors complaining too.
Yes, to me. I don't know how they keep. I don't know how you put up with that. I
What's
don't want
the
to.
address on
Sir?
Bayport? What's the address on Bayport?
Mine or
No,
theirs?
yes.
Theirs?
Yeah.
10115 Bayport Road.
Is that Wright's property? Okay. I'd like to probably table this or and give me a couple days to talk to Ron and let me see if I can't contact the landlord. Is that, would I be out of my way doing that? Can I not do that?
No, ma'am, you would not.
I can call him then.
Certainly.
Well, there you go, Trina.
I'll go.
Okay. So, okay, just hang in there. I'll call you back. Okay. I don't know what I'll do, but
Thank you.
Let us know what the city does for you. Let us know what the city does for you, right?
Okay.
It's in our hands right
I'll
now.
let him- I'll stay in contact with him. I'll stay in contact with him.
Won't you have us over Sunday for chicken dinner?
I was gonna.
Thank you, Ron.
Hope we didn't take her.
They don't shut that
Oh,
door
well.
up. Well,
Next, I have a young man that is here tonight, whose name is Jaden Marshall. Jaden is a senior at Central High School. He currently holds a 3.5 GPA in the Law Magnet program. He has a solid love for political science and history and hopes to be a politician one day. Good luck, son. Jaden has been accepted to 29 colleges across the U.S., and he has a total scholarships of $294,000. That's something to be proud of. Tonight, I would like to give you a Kentucky Colonel Award awarded by the state, and we're doing it here because it's something to be proud of, and we would like for you to receive some recognition for it. So if you'll come up to the podium, I'll come down and give you your Kentucky Colonel. It'll take me a lot longer to get down there.
Well, I finished mine off.
The plaque.
At least they both did it.
Yeah. No, I'm good. How do you do that? Congratulations.
Jeez. Bye-bye. Thank you all for coming. Okay. Next on the agenda, reading of the minutes for February 21, 2023. I need a motion.
I make a motion to approve the reading, the minutes of February 21st, 2023. I second.
Aye.
That's true.
it's February 7th.
Oh,
Sorry.
February 7th, typo. Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking at my
February 21st.
phone.
I'm looking at this.
Now
It
you
says
got
February
that up,
21st.
okay.
I second.
Today's
Oh, what hell on there?
okay.
Okay. So I had a second, first by Pam, second by
Me.
Oh,
Ron.
Allison or Ron, either one of them. They both said it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. General fund warrant number 1579. I need a motion.
Make a motion for approval of general fund warrant number 1579.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions? No. Motion carried. Next is road fund warrant number 966.
Make a motion, we approve road fund warrant 966 as distributed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions? Motion carried. Next, I'd like to, we need a couple of appointments to some of our code enforcement boards. And this one is for the code enforcement board itself. And I would like to recommend two people, Chuck Cooper and Chuck Barnett, to set in on our code enforcement board. And I think it's for a 3-year period. I need a motion from one of you all for me to appoint these two people to serve on those boards.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any questions? Nope. Motion carried. Next, I need an appointment to the JBOA, it's Jeffersontown Board of Adjustments. And I would like to recommend Tony Ernspiker to serve on that board.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is first reading of resolution number 729, series 2023. It's a resolution authorizing the mayor to extend the contract 1 year with MCM CPA's advisors for a city audit. I'd like to have a motion for resolution by title only.
First reading.
First reading.
First and only.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
A resolution authorizing the mayor to extend the contract 1 year with MCM CPAs and advisors for city audit. I'll adopt the mayor's summary as my own for purposes of this resolution. And it being a resolution, you may entertain a motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Wait, discussion. Sorry.
Okay.
We always ask about the money. Was there a price increase? Did it stay the same as the contract? Since we're extending it 1 year, was there any increase?
It stayed the same. Really? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it stayed the same.
Good deal.
But you got to realize there's very few CPA firms in the state of Kentucky that do government. So we're down to a point where they're
Hard to
really
get a
good
bid.
with us. And even if they had to increase the price, it's something we're going to have to face probably next year.
Okay. I know they came and talked to
But
us. And
we do have a single audit this year, so the audit will cost more because it's a different audit. And we didn't have one last year because we didn't spend grants from the federal. So the money that we spend on the audit this year will be more than we spent last year, but it's
The
the
fee is
price
the
they
same.
agreed to.
Fees the same. Oh, good deal. Thank you.
Okay. Did I have a first and second on that?
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is first reading of resolution number 730, series 2023. A resolution relating to the approval of a revised detailed district development plan as transmitted from the Louisville Metro Planning Commission for the following development. And it is for Scooters Coffee. I know everybody has been asked lots of questions about this, Steve, so go ahead.
This is a request for a Scooters Coffee. It's a drive-through only coffee shop at 10515 Taylorsville Road. I will say while we're waiting for that, this was originally rezoned for a pharmacy with a drive-through. It was a building that was proposed at 14,550 square feet with 57 parking spaces. And this proposal is, here we go. So it's located at the corner of Ruck Regal Parkway, Taylorsville Road. The buildings in kind of encircled in blue are for this project. The entire property, including phase 2, which is in green there, are included. So all of those buildings will be demolished with phase 1. And here's just the aerial photograph. This was the original proposal for the pharmacy. Had a right in, right out on Taylorsville Road. Had a full entrance on Ruck Regal Parkway. And that apparently fell through on that. So now they're proposing the Scooters Coffee. The entrance on Taylorsville Road will still be a right in, right out. And then the full access point on Ruck Regal Parkway. So lot 2, they don't have a developer for that yet. They'll have to come back for a new development when that comes through. You can see they're providing a detention basin along Ruck Regal Parkway to pick up the drainage that goes through that area. This is a 664 square foot building. There's no sidewalk up to it because, again, it's drive-through only. The 7 parking spaces would be for employees at that site. Development Review Committee reviewed this on January 4th. They didn't have a quorum, so I had to come back the next day to a Planning Commission meeting. They approved it at that meeting, recommended approval, I should say. I know there were some discussion with neighbors on screening in those minutes. I can tell you by code right now, lot 1 would require screening to the north and that portion up there by the entrance onto Ruck Regal Parkway, 8-foot fence or 8-foot screen with trees, 25-foot wide landscape buffer. Lot 2 typically would get landscaped when that one comes in. And that's just the full development plan. Any questions?
Yeah, Steve, I've got a question. You said that they're not going to do sidewalks. Isn't there a sidewalk already on Taylorsville Road?
I'm sorry, up to the building.
Up to the
There's
building,
an
okay.
existing sidewalk on Taylorsville Road,
Taylorsville.
and there's a proposed sidewalk on Ruck Regal Parkway along the frontage. But typically, you would require a sidewalk up to the building for pedestrians. But in this case, since they have no window for pedestrians to, no
To help,
door
yeah.
to go inside or anything, they were waived on that.
Okay. And so the existing sidewalk on Taylorsville Road will stay.
Yes, that will remain, and a new one, 5-foot on go around the corner to Ruck Regal Parkway. Kind of headed if neighbors in the neighborhood behind there were going to the amphitheater. That'll be a start.
It'll be a start.
A pedestrian pathway
Okay.
to that location.
Well, when I first looked at the plan, I didn't see the back going out to Ruck Regal, so that's good news. But I do kind of foresee a future issue with the different lot 1 and lot 2. There's a line in the road that is going there. Half of it's in lot 2, half of it's in lot 1. If it comes down to the future where somebody buys lot 2 and it's not the same developer,
Right.
how do we handle that? Because now they're
when they
putting the
subdivide this
road.
property, that's one of the things the binding elements requires a minor plat to subdivide the property.
Okay.
They'll have to do either a shared access easement or probably a defined access easement on there, or a shared crossover access agreement.
Because they're coming in on the main entrance
Yeah, in
through
the
lot
past,
2
those
also.
things were sometimes overlooked, but now those are a standard requirement when you have a shared access point between 2 lots.
And is there the element of the trees that you're talking about on the backside there near the 13170? Those, you said there should be, do we have that element, binding element in there?
The landscape plan that'll come into us for review will show what screening.
We'll
and
have to,
tree
okay.
Planting requirement.
Not part of
Because
this, okay.
Lot 1 will require a tree canopy requirement under chapter 10, part 1, and then also the screening and buffering under chapter 10, part 2, between not only the drive aisle and the road, but also the adjacent residential properties.
Very good. Thank you. So we don't need to add one. There you go. I just know that it slopes down pretty good right there, so.
Steve, looking at this aerial shot, where would about where would the road be that's going to be left or right on Ruck Regal?
On
Oh.
Ruck Regal, it's about where that house, up.
Second
in
driveway?
blue At the top.
Okay, like the
Top
top corner
left of the
up
blue.
there.
Yeah, that is, so that's, that lot there will have part of the detention basin and then the entrance, which is there.
I think that's Kevin Carrico's. If
Yeah,
I had to
that's
guess,
what
I think it's Kevin's.
I was wondering how far back that in and out was going to be because of the,
Yeah, it's
traffic at the
25
light.
feet off that rear property line because that's what the landscape buffer requirement is there.
Steve, I know I'm excited about it because it has another lot behind it. Hopefully somebody will see the good fortune that they would uncover if they would put a restaurant in our city. For some reason, I'm having trouble with that, but I'm on it. So
I have no issues with that.
thank you.
I would like a restaurant with a drive-through there, but you can't have a restaurant with a drive-through in the CN. So
Right.
might need to change that in our development code regulations.
Well, whatever I need to
Or
do.
a sit-down restaurant would be awesome.
That would be, we need a sit down restaurant really, really bad. Any questions?
I have one more question. So, and I may have missed this. So Scooter's Coffee, they don't do dine in
No.
for coffee. It's drive through only.
Drive-through only.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Okay.
I make a motion. We have
This one's drive-through only.
This one's drive through only.
first
Okay.
reading,
Uh-huh.
resolution 730 series 2023 as distributed.
By title only.
Yes.
second.
Second.
Second. We
Yeah.
have a second.
Motion carried.
A resolution relating to the approval of a revised detailed district development plan as transmitted from the Louisville Metro Planning Commission for the following development. Scooters Coffee, 10515 Taylorsville Road. And I will adopt the summary of Mr. Rusi as my own. This being a resolution, you may entertain a motion for passage.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Uh, Next is first reading of resolution number 731, series 2023. A resolution of the Jeffersontown, Kentucky City Council opposing the passage of Senate Bill 50 and the House Bill 50 relating to the partisan local elections. For your information and everyone's out there, this is to pass House Bill. We're not for House Bill 50. Reason being, that would make the city council and all races from here on out would be partisan. And right now we're nonpartisan. The city has gotten along just as we are for all these years. And I myself, and I think the city council would agree that we would like to keep it like this. So do you have any questions?
Yeah, Mayor, I agree with you. I think in reading the Senate Bill 50 and the House Bill 50, it takes away the power of local government to determine if their election should be partisan or not. And I like how we're standing up for home rule. So if a city wants to do it, they can, but the state's mandating it.
Right.
And I like when local government has local control over their local issues.
Their local issues.
So thank you.
Mhm. Can I have a first reading, please?
7:30. We're on 7:30.
We're on
2023.
731.
Resolution 7:30. Make a resolution.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
A resolution of the Jeffersontown, Kentucky City Council opposing the passage of Senate Bill 50 and House Bill 50 relating to partisan local elections. As stated, this is to show the city's opposition to changing the law and this city losing the home rule right to determine its characteristics as nonpartisan. Again, being a resolution, you may entertain a motion.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Next thing is committee reports, but I just got this little information in, but I think I'll wait till Ronnie gets to his report. So my first call tonight will be Trina Smith.
Administration, no new business.
Ronnie Powell.
Which Ron was you talking to?
I was talking to you, Ronnie Powell.
Yes.
Do you have anything on Public Works? Because I've got some good news for you.
I do have,
Okay.
but I'll let you say it.
Okay. Well, Jimmy found out today. Oh, do you know about it? Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Okay. Jimmy found out today that we were awarded a $3,000 check from KLC for sidewalk improvements or anything else to do with the Public Works, which is great, Jimmy. Thank you for that. And we need it. You're welcome. Go ahead, Ron.
nothing else, Mayor.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay. How about planning and zoning? Vince
Planning and
Personi.
zoning has nothing to report yet.
Thank you. Pam Hickey.
The only thing I have to report from Park and Rec is the liner was finished, installed in the big pool last night. So that's the big project done.
Good to know.
Okay. Very good. Pam,
Chief, do you have anything?
some safety. Okay.
Safety has no report.
Mark Bloom.
Nothing from finance, but I do have a question. I think a couple meetings ago, we had somebody come up and ask about the parking trash can situation on those apartments on Billtown Road. And that we were going to, I think, pursue the property owners. I was just wondering if we've had an opportunity to talk to, I think it was a management company that was doing that.
9 different owners.
There were
8
9 different.
8 different owners over 9 buildings.
And so I wasn't sure, like, if we found a resolution for that. And it really popped in my mind because as I was driving past, I saw cars still parked there, which would have stopped a potential compromise. So,
You're talking about right across from Bayport.
yeah, the
All
apartments
those
across from
apartments.
Bayport.
Okay. I need to make a note of that. Okay.
And if we haven't had a chance to meet, that's fine too. I was just curious.
Haven't.
Okay.
Garbage collection. Bayport.
And that was it. Nothing else to report.
Okay, and Allison?
Legislative has no reports, but I did have a question, or I've got a couple questions.
Go ahead.
There must be some playground equipment up at the community center. I'm sorry, I still call it the community center, in the back that I haven't been up there to see it, but someone had told me that it might be dangerous and they would like somebody to look at it. And, you know, the stuff up front is, I guess, been.
Jimmy, do you look at that or is that Debbie?
She said, I just had talked to someone who said that it's the equipment for the younger children, the toddlers and
Oh,
stuff.
the little playground.
Yeah, the little, I guess, playground in the back. And she said that there's railings around it that they could fall off. And I guess there's not foam. Okay. Okay. And then I have something else.
Go ahead.
Lights, like in our neighborhood. I live in Hill Ridge. I don't know what the schedule is. I understand there's a schedule that goes out to have. I know some of the streets, only one street back there. And I think this is other neighborhoods as well. Is there a plan for streetlights for neighborhoods that have been annexed in the last 6 years or 7 years? Okay.
San Marcos.
Yeah, that's the only one. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. But
Well,
This is like a giant.
yeah, streetlights are a thing with me. I feel like that we need as many streetlights as we can get. That's how I feel about it. And I know it takes a while to get them installed. Bill, how long does it take to get them installed?
I don't know. Matt would know more than I
Oh,
would.
Matt. Okay, Matt.
But you also have to look at the expense.
The expense of it. How much does one cost?
If we use our coach lights that we see predominantly in all of our neighborhoods, they're, I believe, off the top of my head, maybe about like $34 a month per light. But that includes maintenance. So if they get hit by a vehicle, LG&E comes out, services and replaces all those. And they maintain them if the light bulbs go out and all. So it's kind of a package deal that it's a monthly per light fee. Normally how we work that is if it's a request of the council, I will contact my representative inside of LG&E. We meet on site and determine the lighting strategy that makes sense on that particular street. They will then produce a contract that will come back to the city to get executed, and then they get it scheduled for installation. Most of them are direct bury, so they are pretty easy to get in once they get to the contract and get it scheduled. So in some cases, I've been able to get it done inside of 3 weeks. Sometimes it may take a little bit more if they have to burrow underneath the roadway in order to serve or driveways and that type of stuff.
Well, it used to be that they were telling us it was 6 months to get them in.
Yeah, it just depends on their schedule. I mean, I've been very fortunate that they've been pretty quick once we get to an executed contract where they can get it scheduled. But depends on how many lights at any one time. You know, one or
Who
two.
decides that, Matt? Who decides how many lights should go on each street?
They used to do a design service for us. Now they kind of put that burden on us a little bit, but they do have some people inside that will kind of calculate that with us. If it's something that's very unique to a particular corridor or request from citizens, then sometimes I may have to reach out to a consultant that will make sure I get the proper light output, you know, as far as the distribution of the light. So it just depends really on each of those situations. It is a commercial environment, residential. What impact does that neighborhood want?
What about Brian as safety director? Does he do that, Jimmy? Okay.
Is that something that you think the whole neighborhood would want or a certain
yeah, that's
street?
from what I understand, that's what we thought was happening. And I mean, I think the San Marcos lights went up, I would say 2 or 3 years ago. So we were like, I mean, and there's been some, you know, we've got our Ring camera where there's been people up in our driveways and stuff. I live in a court, but we were really excited about it as far as for safety. I mean,
And what LG&E does, they have different wattages that we could choose from. They're getting more flatter on that because now they're all trying to drive to LED.
Mhm.
But each light will have a certain wattage, and then it has a predicted radius that light will go. So a lot of cases I've been going out and just getting scalable drawings and making the distances that match with what their standards are for that output of that particular light.
Right.
And, you know, look at the design that works for that particular area.
Chief? All right, I'm calling on all the directors. I'm going to find out who's responsible for these lights. So what about the police department? Do you all ever make suggestions that you need lights anywhere? I asked him to, well, I had asked when I was on the council that the night shift write down where the lights are out so we can get those lights turned on because I think it's very important. And I even think it's more important today than it's ever been in our life. So okay.
You pay for them whether the lights are working or not. So it is important that we track those.
Homeowner association. Do y'all have a homeowner association? No. Okay. Because generally, if you have a homeowner association, they will take care of that. But word of caution, I learned something this week. If you don't pay if your homeowner association don't pay your bill, they come and take your lights out. Literally take your lights out. LG&E does. So anyway, okay. Well, Allison, I think what we'll probably do is probably look into this. I don't know who, but I'll find somebody. And we'll
Yeah.
get,
Well, I didn't realize, I mean, I didn't know if it was just our neighborhood, if you've had any other, people before.
we haven't
I
had.
think we handled it more by request.
Okay.
If a neighborhood or an individual wanted us to look into that, then we would look into that and work with that neighborhood, see what that is. Because you may find out sometimes streetlights get kind of controversial sometimes too, and where they're placed and everything else.
Yeah, because some
my
people
yard.
don't want them and they throw a fit.
Oh, 'cause it's
We've
too
had
bright or-
arguments up here
Well, I
about
want
it.
it, you
Yeah.
can put it right in front of my yard.
Like I feel like when we talked about this annexation, lights didn't. I think we had asked if
We
they
talked
wanted it,
about
and they said we weren't going to put them in.
Lights and sidewalks.
Oh, so
Less-
that's not included
No,
when somebody is annexed in, the lights are not included.
no,
in
it's
the neighborhood.
kind of sight as seen. So whatever's there now is what they'll.
The other services, the police and the public
If
works.
we annexed a neighborhood that had existing lights, then
we
yeah,
would.
those would come into it.
Yeah, but we won't add extra
But you won't put any in.
unless they come
they
to
ask.
us and ask.
I'm
Okay, like
asking.
San Marcos. Did
Yeah.
they ask or did that just come when
They ask.
They
They've been
ask.
asking since they've been annexed.
Okay.
Yeah, they've asked.
Okay. Now,
And you're right.
does that, like, as far as like the common areas in the neighborhoods as well, is that maintained by Public Works? No. Mhm.
Common areas.
But if there isn't one.
There's no HOA,
There isn't one.
so we cut it.
Well, because I know my neighbor, they lived there before J-Town annexed it, and she said Metro would come back there and cut behind, but I don't know how that is handled either. It's behind, I guess, yeah. There's not really a creek back there. It's just there's a few general different common areas I'm just speaking in Hill Ridge.
What's it behind in Hill Ridge?
I live on Bayonne. It backs up to I back up to the houses that back up on La Costa.
Okay,
There's a ditch that goes
I
all the way
can
across.
Costa.
Chief, yes, come on, Chuck. Come up here. I can't hear.
She's already putting you to work.
I can't hear.
Yes, dear.
Just in the spirit of full disclosure, I do a little side hustle with this lady. She has a company that does what's called crime prevention through environmental design, which is a
It's like a perfect time.
study.
That was perfect timing.
Here comes Clint. And she also sells defibrillators, which I install in buildings and stuff.
Oh.
And I think I made $200 last year putting those
Well,
defibrillators in.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I'm getting really fat. Seriously. What crime prevention through environmental design is she does mostly industrial, but I feel certain that, I can request to know if she does things with small cities or, anything like that. And what she'll do is she inspects an entire area and writes a long, detailed report about every safety procedure and protocol and the environmental design, whether it's conducive to
the area.
safety or it, causes more crime. And one of the things that I've gone with her when she's done is she does a light study where she uses a light meter and determines like large parking lot areas
how much lighting is there and whether it meets the national standard and all those type of things. So,
What does she charge for this?
I have no idea.
Okay.
And so, I mean, I'm just kind of.
Sounds like if you made $200 last year, she's kind of cheap.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It started out, she said that I would earn $50 every time I installed one. All I have to do is put 4 screws in the wall.
Oh, okay.
And the box goes on there and then she sits the defibrillator
Okay.
in there. And so about the first 5 places we went were nonprofits that I really appreciated and liked. And every time we'd go, I'd say, I can't take these people's money. I would give them money, you know, so I always waived my fee. So, it's not exactly my retirement nest egg or anything. It's just,
Well, check with her and get back with me.
I will be
Okay.
glad to do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I got a couple things I want to tell the council and tell the,
Wait,
One more,
Tim.
Tim. Yes,
Mr.
sir,
Hall.
yes, Tim.
oh,
Time-
Tim.
Time
Why do
Hill.
I always forget you?
Time Hill.
It's all right.
It's like, that's all right.
Actually, I'm more in the mood for recognition, so you want to send it my way. So
Go ahead.
I wanted to thank this administration for the openness, being transparent, keeping us in the loop with the Fun Fact Fridays. Brian, now as the chair of economic development, you've been very good at communicating the ongoing projects and updates that you're hearing quickly and letting us all know, and we appreciate that. Last week some of us received some emails, one about a drainage issue and one about a Metro Louisville Housing Authority. People asking what we could do. I emailed Jimmy. He responded very quickly on the drainage issue and said that he would run back out there. He's met with that person before. So I appreciate you going back out there. Ron responded very quickly, copying and letting everybody know that it was a Metro Authority issue, but got back to us. And I really do appreciate just the quick response. We brought up a topic last week. It was actually Councilman Grisani, and I helped explain a little bit the pathway on Waterston Trail here, Main Street, going out with the cones. I don't know who to give the credit to, but this weekend and last weekend, traffic moved a lot better. The turning lane was open, or the straight lane was open in front of the beach, so traffic can move through quickly instead of just having that one light. So I know we put it on Matt, so I don't know if Matt did it or if Jimmy, since Victor's there, but whoever led that fight, appreciate it. So thank you all for the responsiveness, and economic development has no other report.
Thank you, Tim, for all the congratulations. I tell you what, I got a good group of people working up here with me, and I think that you all will be pleased in the months to come. It's been a tough 6 weeks, but I think we're starting to see the forest for the trees or whatever that they say. But Fred always told me it would take me 10 weeks, and I don't know how many weeks.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Got 2
Well, it's
more.
getting easier, I can tell you.
Or-
So anyway, well, today I met with Senator Morgan McGarvey, and he had some good news. They have got several grants that they are planning on helping us obtain and giving us more information, because we're going to need it for the amphitheater and the police department. And Matt's been in contact with them, and so we're working from that. So I thought that's a really positive sign that we've got that going. Next is Riverlink. I don't know if you all are familiar with this, but new jobs are arriving this summer in Jeffersontown. I'll just read you what I put. Riverlink Call Center will relocate 60 jobs from Muncie, Indiana to offices on Lynn Station Road this summer. This is part of Riverlink's new Back to Office initiative. In addition to customer service support, the center will also handle image review and invoicing. We currently don't have a projected range of average salaries, but Jeffersontown is proud to welcome them to our community and appreciate their recognition of the value of locating here and having their prosperity. So I was real excited about, we'll get more jobs. Then the Dollar Tree has really been a success in Jeffersontown. If y'all been by there she goes. We got one. So it is packed up there. People love it, and they're so happy to have it there. So welcome Dollar Tree. Next thing for all of you all that are interested in this, Jeffersontown is now trying to, one of my goals when I got in was to build some camaraderie between our different departments, because we're all one. and I need camaraderie between the departments. So I have decided that we are now going to enter what I've been talking about for all the last years. We're going to have a bed race. So on May the 1st, Jeffersontown will be entered into the Derby bed race. We will be tailgating there that day. Public Works is building the bed. And then we're going to have the fire department and the police department be the runners. We're going to have somebody that don't weigh much be the riders, be the drivers. And so it's just going to be a fun day. So plan on coming out. We'll have a place marked off. We'll be grilling out, and everybody's going to bring food and, a side, and it'll just be a fun day. So plan on May the 1st, if y'all can. It'll be really be fun, and try to build some camaraderie between my departments.
Where's that
Okay.
held at?
Huh?
Where's that? Is it Broadbent?
It's at Broadbent Arena. On May 1st. Well, if there's no other messages or anything before the city council, I make Rhonda.
Your announcements were well received.
Thank you.
With that, Mayor, if there's no other business, I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Meeting adjourned. Okay. These mine? Thank you.